times. I reckon just post your questions in the chat room and I'll just answer them as I go and try and be as quick as possible and get to everyone's. But so I've got a question from Zara. Hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. It's really sunny in Sydney today, which is beautiful. And I didn't film any scenes today, but I did go into studio to have an acting lesson. So I got back this afternoon. I'm just doing my prep for next week. There's some exciting stuff happening at Palm Beach next week. So I've just been preparing for that. We've got a question from Bradley. How am I? And how was it filming the golf storyline? Well, Bradley, interestingly enough, I'm not a golf pro in real life, even though I definitely look like a golf pro on the show. But it was really fun. So I actually ended up having a couple of golf lessons for the character, which was awesome. So I learned like the kind of fundamentals of golf and learned how to do a proper grip, which I was very proud of. And yeah, it was really cool getting to work with Angelina, who plays Kirby, and getting to work with Jimmy, who's obviously hilarious, and Matt and Shane. And I actually really enjoyed that storyline, and I feel like our director handled it really well. Did everyone like that storyline? I'd be interested to know what people thought. Oh, Zara, thank you for so we chatted on the phone during telethon, right? It was lovely to speak to you. Thank you for donating. Oh, can you just tell me? I just got a notification, but am I still here? I think I'm still here, right? Gosh, I'm such a technophobe. We're all good. Yeah. Without spoiling the finale, okay, this is from Bradley. Without spoiling the finale, describe it in 3 words. So I reckon I would describe the finale as suspenseful, dangerous, and full on. Is that enough? Yeah, I feel like that's good. Can everyone give me a thumbs up that you can hear me? Yeah, cool, great. A question from Lauren: what has been my favorite holiday? Look, so recently I went to the UK, which was amazing. I don't know if any of you are tuning in from the UK. It's probably a different time zone there. So I went to Manchester, and then I also went to London, which was amazing. Oh my gosh, Michelle, have I seen Die Hard? And do I think it's a Christmas movie? I haven't seen Die Hard. Can you believe it? Should I? Should I watch Die Hard? Yeah. A question from Zara, a storyline that I've loved this year. Look, Zara, I know I probably say it every time in interviews and stuff, but my favorite has been the raid storyline with the bikies and Tex. Still to this day, hands down, my favorite storyline. I think it might be my favorite storyline like that I'll ever have on this show, but who knows? They could get really interesting. Yeah, that was really fun because I got to do loads of stuff I hadn't done before. I got to work with gorgeous Lucas, who's a really great actor and friend. I obviously got to wield a gun for a day and work with an armorer. It was a really high stakes, awesome day to shoot, especially just that specific bikie raid. I have a question also. Anyone else? If Rose wasn't a cop, what job would I think she have? So I think if Rose wasn't a cop, I reckon she might be a lawyer. She's pretty opinionated and pretty tenacious. I think she'd be a lawyer. And she's always like got kind of justice at the forefront of her mind. So like maybe like some sort of a lawyer that defends people who she truly believes in. Maybe human rights lawyer, actually. Yeah. What's the worst purchase I've ever made, Lauren? Look, I bought these pair of shoes recently. Well, it's only because I've literally just decided to throw them out, but I've bought a pair of these. They're not Crocs, but they're kind of imitation. They're not imitation Crocs. They're a pair of Birkenstocks that kind of look like Crocs. Anyway, they're the most uncomfortable things I've ever worn, and they're too small for me. So I think they're my worst purchase I've made. My favorite Christmas movies is Love Actually. I know, Love Actually. Bradley says, I've always loved the volleyball game between Rose and Jasmine. Oh, thank you, Bradley. I love it too. So we did Home and Away does this thing when we do these like fun storylines, we get to have lessons. So I got to have volleyball lessons for a while, which was kind of fun. And I played volleyball in primary school, not high school or anything. But yeah, it was really awesome to learn, like relearn the basics of volleyball. Um, who am I filming with these days from Adele? So I'm filming a lot with Xander, obviously. I'm filming a lot with Angelina. I'm filming with Cash as per usual, and a couple of new characters too. So Bradley wants to know if Stacey and I ever become friends. I mean, what do you think, Bradley? Do you think we should become friends? Oh, Zara says, I wish Rose and Jasmine had more screen time together. I wish we had more screen time together too. I know it was like, it feels like so long ago now that we established our relationship as sisters, right? Like, it's like Summer of Age just keeps moving forward and like you lose these characters that you love. And yeah, I do wish I got more time to act with Frosty. Katina has asked, who do I like working with on Home and Away? I've recently done some scenes with Jimmy, who plays Justin, and I love working with Justin. James Stewart, aka Jimmy, is an amazing, amazing actor. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's pretty evident in his performance on the show. So he's so wonderful to work with. So I reckon he's my favorite person right now. Zara, my dream acting role. So I also perform in theatre. I have a specific play that I would love to play to act in. It's a play called View from the Bridge, which is set in 1950s. I think it's Brooklyn in America, in New York. So I would love to play the character of Catherine in View from the Bridge. If anyone's listening that can make that happen for me. I would also love to Bradley, I'm guessing Rose and Stacey become the new same-sex couple on Home and Away. Maybe Bradley, tune in, hey? What pizza topping do I hate? So I hate pineapple on pizza. I get really confused. I know, sin. I don't know who Michelle's mate is, but not loving it. Which Home and Away icon would I like to work with more? Yeah, Zara, pineapple is the worst on pizza. I mean, like, no shade to anyone who loves Hawaiian. No shade. Just like, what's going on? I'm just like, why is it sweet? I just want pepperoni. So for Home and Away icon, it's Tam Sok. I'll just say it. Who played Danny, I reckon. Or the girl who played Kirsty. There was a character named Kirsty, right? I think just because we have the same name. What do I do on my spare time? So I go for walks. I exercise. I go to the beach a lot. Surprisingly enough, you think I'd be sick of going to the beach because I film on the beach all the time, but I go to the beach on the weekends all the time. I mean, when the weather's good in Sydney, it's like you can't not go. What movie do they need to make a sequel to? I think they need to make a sequel to oh, I don't know. Now I'm going to think about this for a really long time. There's a film I love called The Lobster. Does anyone know that film? It's pretty dark. Michelle doesn't know that film. So like, what? I want a sequel to that film. Or like, is there a Beauty and the Beast too? I love Beauty and the Beast. It's one of my favorite Disney films. Oh, did someone just ask me which Disney film you love? Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. When I went to Disneyland in Tokyo, I cried to the Beauty and the Beast theme song when it played as fireworks were exploding over the Walt Disney Castle. I cried my eyes out, like ugly cried. Who do I wish I had more scenes with from Bradley? I wish I had more scenes with Matt Evans. I would love to act more with Theo, or Tio, as I call him, as a joke. Yeah, I think Matt Evans would be really fun to work with more. And I'd love to work more with Mackenzie, Emily Weir. Another question from Zara. What place in Australia would you love to visit? So I've always wanted to go to Cairns. I've always wanted to go to Broome. And I've always wanted to go to Uluru. I think Uluru would be next to my list. Yeah. If you could be a partner for a day, what would I do? So if I could be, what do you mean my partner? Do you mean my scene partner? Lauren? I'm not sure what you mean. Help me understand the question, and I'll try and give you the right answer. Um, what else? I'll go back to Adele's question about what I do in my spare time. So I'm a writer. I write plays, which I think I've mentioned on these celeb times before. So sorry if that's a boring fact. So I write a lot in my spare time, or I'm trying to write now. I also go out for a lot of dinners, probably too many. Besides me and Cash, who is my favorite cop on Home and Away ever? I mean, people love Tim Franklin, right? I feel like he probably takes the place for best cop on the show. People love Tim Franklin. Um, if I could be my boyfriend or girlfriend for the day, what would I do? I would like walk down the street. I don't know, go to a club. I'm not sure. Adele asked, "What's my favorite cuisine?" Oh, so hard. So I love Japanese. Like I love ramen with like all my heart. But I can't eat ramen all the time, but I do love it. I also love Italian. Like I'm a huge pasta fan. Um, and I also love Korean. That's like one of my new loves. I love just like Asian fusion as well. I like Vietnamese. Yeah, I love all food. Like I'm South African and we love to eat, you know. A home and away character that I would love to return for the 35th year next year. Um, who would I want to return? Maybe Sam Frost, like maybe Jasmine. I think that would be really fun for Rose and Xander if she were to come back. What's the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen someone do, Lauren? On Home and Away or just in life? I mean, I've had some pretty sketchy jobs in my life. So there was a time I worked in a call center. I could tell you about that. Um, I guess you can't. Bradley said, I guess you can't answer. Does the finale end on a cliffhanger? Yes, it does. Zara said, my favorite type of pizza. So I love a good, like, old school margarita. I also love because I just feel like it's simple, right? I feel like you go to Italy and there's only ever like three ingredients in the pizza, and that's kind of how it should be done. I also love pepperoni, though. Salami. I love like cured meat. So just like all the meat. Again, I'm South African. Um, and also like I love Italian. So I literally said to I said to my housemate, I was like, pizza tomorrow. Like it's on the list for the weekend. Lauren has asked, "What am I most afraid of?" Honestly, snakes. My biggest fear, snakes. Have I ever visited Tasmania? Yes, Zara, I have. I went to Hobart in 2017, and I was there. I actually traveled around Tasmania in a camper van, and loved Hobart. And I'm going back in January for a little bit, which will be really really fun. I'm going for a friend's wedding, which will be cool. Um, does anyone else have any more questions? I feel like I've answered all of them. A useless fact I know. A useless fact I know is like a useless one. Did you know that I'm pretty sure bats have oral sex? Is that useless? I don't know. Hope everyone enjoyed that one. Um, what fictional car would I like to drive, Michelle? Like an Audi, probably, or Tesla. I think a Tesla. Let's be honest. Um, have I been to New York? No, Adele, I haven't been to New York, but I've been wanting to go to New York my whole life. I would love to go to New York. I would love to see shows on Broadway. Yeah. Zara has said you should come to Launceston. Are you in Launceston, Zara? Um, oh, thank you so much, Bradley. Lots of love from Adelaide. I love Radelaide. Dream storyline to film on Home and Away. So, Zara, I would think I would love to get married. Like, I want to have a wedding. Like, I just want to wear a wedding dress. I would love to end up in hospital, or like, I think I'd love to have some sort of like dangerous injury, like something life threatening. And then I would also love to, um, I think I'd love to get shot. Yeah. What mythical creature would I like to be for 24 hours? I think I'd want to be something that could fly, like a fire-breathing dragon, maybe. Yeah. Or a witch. Yeah. When I was in Harry Potter, I got to be a witch for a bit. That was fun. Um, was I a fan of the original River Boys? I mean, yeah, they're great characters, right? I can't say I was like a fan of them, but I think they definitely had their charm. And love Dean Thompson. Um, yeah, I've heard Launceston is amazing, Zara. Okay, we've got a couple. We've got maybe like 1 more minute. Does anyone else have any more questions? Oh, my biggest regret. I think not watching more of Home and Away. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's one of my biggest regrets right now. I think also my biggest regret is maybe not traveling more when I was younger. That's actually one of my biggest regrets. I wish I traveled more when I was between the ages of 18 and 25. I studied really hard during that period, which, no shade to study, and I think it's really important. But I think I wish I took a gap year, and I wish I traveled, and I traveled to New York. Um, my favorite band, Michelle. Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite band. I mean, one of my favorite bands is Arcade Fire. I'll put that one out. Oh, that's my alarm. Oh gosh, triggering, right? Thank you so much, everyone. That's all we've got time for tonight. Or is it? I don't know if it's daytime wherever you are, but some people are from Launceston, some people are from Blaney, some people are from Adelaide. Thank you so much for all of your questions and for giving me your time. I'll be back. I'll come back in a few weeks. But yeah, let's chat soon. Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a good weekend. Yes, bye.